Anything you would like and wish to add? Or not?
Nothing comes to mind right now. There's so many things that we could talk about. Is there anything that you feel like you talk about interestingly right now?
I would ask. I sometimes feel you seek this theory thing, this essential, reducing to the essential or pure thing of what could be the art form clowning in its pureness. And I'd like you to talk a bit more about that. Why, and why is this useful to
Yeah, right, that's a good point. Yeah, that is my thing actually at the moment, especially. Okay. Comes back to the thing of, if you like, it's related to this shedding, this getting rid of the accumulated assumptions, lazy thinking around clowning. You can go to a class clowning by somebody or other at Central where I work, and they'll teach the students the smallest mask in the world is clowning in this guy. Just fine. But you're not learning anything. You're learning something somebody else taught 45 years ago. Yeah? Which was great 45 years ago. I wasn't there. So, for me, that's no good. You can't. But you can, and they have. Write a book on clowning, saying clowning is this, clowning is this, clowning is that. It just doesn't. I can't swallow that,
But isn't that what you're going to? You're challenging yourself to do.
So, yeah. So I think, okay, I'm going to play this game with these people, and let's see how far we can go. Let's see who chickens out first. It's a game of dare, like where you're, who will be the last, so you're standing on the train tracks, the train's kind of level crossing, where the cars cross the railway, and the train's coming. So there's 5 of you standing there. So who will run away last? The train's coming. It's fine. Who will take who will go first? I don't know why I've never thought of it this way. It's just occurred to me because it is a game. It's an academic game, but it's a game of dare.
Oh, okay. And so it has academic pressure on this.
I suppose it comes from me. For me, I've been performing 25 years nearly, and most of that in clowning, most of that my own work, our own work, trying to sell it, being poor, being hungry. Artist's life. That's been my life. It's not like that now, thank goodness. But it could be in the future. I've worked a lot on the street. So now I have something to prove. So that's part of it. That's part of what motivates me to go. Okay, right. I've read your books. I've understood them all. You haven't gone far enough. There's some good stuff there, but some of this, what you're saying, that's lazy. Don't say that. It's like so let's try and go as far as we can into saying, well, if you want to say irony is clowning, you can say But you look at the rest of the world outside this little island, and it isn't true. So therefore, it's just this. Again, I'm not sure of the right terminology. Philosopher could tell us this. What kind of proof of way of proving something, a hypothesis? This is. You go to indigenous people in New Mexico, for example, Pueblo people, or the Hopi people, who have clowns, still have clowns. They don't let outsiders see them now, because there was a whole big thing of anthropological tourism, as it were, going to see the clowns, in tribal societies.
Uh-huh.
But they have them. We have clowns. There are commercial clowns. There are clowns in circuses. There are. There's a whole load of it, all over the world and all throughout history. Virtually, I think you can say there's clowns. So, what is it that we can? How can we say all these are clowns? We know something that why we say that. So, what is it? It's not the red nose. It's not. That's obvious. There are obvious things. So we just get rid of all these assumptions so that we can actually talk about what it really is. To me, that's just like normal. And that helps me to perform. Why? Because if I've convinced myself and proved to myself and seen and felt, experienced that something, a particular thing, is not necessary for me in order for me to clown. So it's not necessary at a simple level. It's not necessary for me to use a red nose in order to clown. It's not necessary for me not to use a red nose to clown. Because that's more the contemporary thing in Western Europe now. So, you don't need a red nose. So what if I use a red nose? Does that make me a non-clown? Because everyone's now stopped using the red nose? Do you follow me? So if the orthodoxy says, hey, we don't need red noses, now if the majority is saying that, if then I use a red nose, does that make me less a clown or more a clown?
Okay.